You've heard a ton of horror stories before. But some stories out there are so messed up. They're hard to believe even when they're real. Today's story is about a case so disturbing. It shook the entire horror community in India. This is the story of Gaurav Tiwari, one of India's most respected and well-known paranormal investigators. A man who spent his whole life chasing the truth behind death, only to become one of the biggest mysteries himself. On July 8, 2016, 32-year-old Gaurav woke up like it was just another normal day. He got up around 8 a.m., had breakfast, checked his emails, sent a few important ones, and around 11, he walked into the bathroom to take a shower. Everyone else in the house was busy doing their own thing, when suddenly, bang! A loud noise came from the bathroom, like something just crashed to the floor. His wife and parents called out his name. No answer. They rushed to the bathroom and started knocking. Still nothing. Now they're panicking. They start banging on the door, hard. When they finally manage to get it open, Gaurav is lying on the bathroom floor, completely unconscious. They don't waste a second. They rush him straight to the hospital. And that's when the doctors drop the bomb. Dead on arrival. Here's the creepy part. There was no internal injury. No heart attack. No medical condition. Nothing that could explain such a sudden death. But there was one thing. A long, dark mark, wrapped around his neck. Where did it come from? Who did it? How did it happen? To this day, no one knows. So the big question is, was this just a freak death? Or was something paranormal involved? But before we go there, you need to know who Gaurav Tiwari really was. Gaurav was the founder of the Indian Paranormal Society. Born in 1986 in Patna, India. At just 21, he moved to the US for higher studies. He originally went there to study aviation, airplanes, flight tech, all that. But life had other plans. While living in Florida, he started experiencing some seriously weird stuff in his rented apartment. Objects moving on their own. Sudden ice-cold drafts. And late at night, the voice of a little girl. When he asked people around the area, most of them said the same thing. That apartment was haunted by a child spirit. That's where everything changed. Gaurav got in touch with paranormal experts. Started digging deeper. And before he knew it, this wasn't curiosity anymore. This was his calling. He knew this field wouldn't make him rich. But he didn't care. The obsession was real. After returning to India, he investigated some of the country's most infamous haunted locations. Bangalore Fort, Kuldhara Village, Mukesh Mills, and many more. His goal with the Indian Paranormal Society was simple. Create a legit help system for people dealing with unexplained paranormal experiences. Unlike most ghost hunters, Gaurav didn't jump to conclusions. He believed in science first. Data. Evidence. Recorded readings. No proof, no claim. The guy was fearless. Shows like Fear Files and Budaya were based on cases he worked on. And in some episodes, he even appeared himself. But here's where things get dark. Just weeks before his death, Gaurav started telling his wife something unsettling. He said a negative entity was following him, pulling him, trying to drag him into its world. After his death, police labeled the case as suicide. But online, the horror community wasn't buying it. Even years later, there's still no solid explanation that truly justifies Gaurav Tiwari's death. So what really happened? Was it a planned murder? Was it suicide? Or did he finally cross paths with something he couldn't escape? That mystery remains unsolved. What do you think? Drop your theory in the comments.